In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the full moon that we're having in the sign of Virgo on February 27th. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another video. Okay, so there might be some confusion as to why my hair is green and then it's brown. I did have some pre-filmed videos, so those went up after I dyed my hair green, and so that's why there's some videos of me with brown hair, some videos with green hair. But today we're going to be talking about this full moon that we're having in the sign of Virgo. This is the second full moon that we're having of 2021. This full moon is also called the snow moon. There's so many names of it, but basically the symbolism of this moon is that it is winter time, and there's not, like, people couldn't go and hunt for their food in the winter time. So it was a time where there was not that much food, it was cold. So what is this full moon bringing us? We're going to be talking about 5 things you need to know to be ready for this full moon, and also to use the energy of this full moon to your advantage. The first thing that this full moon in Virgo is going to teach us is finding balance in opposites in our life. And what does that mean? So that means if you save your money, like, all the time, you don't even want to spend $10. Like, if you just save, then this full moon might try to teach you to spend. Or if you're a big spender and you don't save, then this full moon might illuminate the message that you need to start saving a little bit. So it's just the opposite of what you have been doing. It's not a bad thing. It's just teaching you that maybe one straight way was not the path, that there's another path that you can get more opportunity, more success, more love, more happiness. Sometimes we just get tunnel visioned into one path, and I think this full moon is going to illuminate an opposite path. A lot of people are going to be learning to balance work with play, relationships with me time, composing yourself versus just letting yourself roam wild, being serious versus laughing until it hurts. For a lot of you, maybe you have not laughed like that in a long time, and this full moon is going to bring that opposite effect. It's going to make you laugh until it hurts. So this is not a bad thing. Now, here's the trick. You need to focus on what it is in your life that you want to attract the opposite of. Say you are always freaking filled with anxiety, right? What do you want to attract? You want to attract inner peace and inner calmness and inner joy. That's the opposite of what you've been feeling. So conjure that up. Do your spells and rituals. This full moon, it's that time to conjure the opposite. There may be a need for play for some people. There may be a need for more discipline for other people. Maybe there's a need for stepping away from sex, drugs, alcohol for some people. Maybe there's a need for medication for some people. This full moon really illuminates something that you have been needing but denying. Second thing we should know is this full moon in Virgo is the perfect time to invite change, because opposites, right? And so if there's something in your life that you want to change, that you need to change, this is the perfect time. Use this energy that the universe is providing for us with this full moon in the sign of Virgo. So what is it that you want to change in your life? Journal about it, write about it, burn a bay leaf about it, make a candle about it. Make a vision board. However you manifest, this is the time to manifest the change that you need. Do spells and rituals for change and transformation. Malachite is the perfect stone to have around you right now because it's the stone of transformation. And also labradorite would be really good right now. Any third eye crystals would be really good right now too. So amethyst, any purple crystal. Blue lotus is another herb that you could use. Mugwort is an herb that you could use. All of these will correspond with the energy of this Virgo full moon. So that means that when you use these things, it kind of links to the full moon energy a little bit more. It's more amplified connection. And so you get to tap into that energy. Full moon in Virgo is also the perfect time to clear away clutter. Remember, change and transformation. That means get rid of everything that is just sitting there, that you don't even look at, that you don't touch. That's all accumulated dust, debris, spiders, mites, cockroaches, whatever the hell, right? It's sitting there. It's not a good energy, so get rid of it. Virgo full moon, if you do it around the Virgo full moon, again, you're tapping into that energy just by the mere fact of you releasing these cluttered things. You're tapping into that full moon energy. Like, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Virgo full moon, add a new scent or a new decoration piece, a new candle, a new room spray. Add something new to your home. I'm telling you guys, with this Virgo full moon, 3 days before the full moon, 3 days after the full moon, or on the day of the full moon, invite something new into your house. Bring something new into your house, okay? A pet, a decoration, food, like something. Another thing you want to do with this full moon in Virgo is cleanse your house, okay? So open up all the doors and windows, light incense, have a room spray, or sage, Palo Santo, however you want to cleanse it out. You can even make mopping rinse, you know, basil, rosemary, what else? Patchouli. I have my whole apothecary right here so I can tell you guys what you can use. Nettle is a good one. You know, cloves, lemongrass. Any of these things you can boil and cool it down, strain it, and use it as a floor mop. You can mix it with your own. I like to use Fabuloso, the lemon one, and mix all my herb mopping solution in there, and it smells so good, I'm telling you guys. The thing we want to know is if full moons illuminate what we ignore, or what we kind of push away because we're too busy, or we don't want to deal with it. Full moons boil that up to the surface. Our blocks are especially illuminated with this full moon in Virgo. So whatever your block is, it might come in front of your face and you'll see it and you'll be like, A lot of you, maybe you'll be like, this isn't that bad. Why am I so scared? And you'll push through the block. A lot of you will be like, okay, I see what my block is. You'll do a spell or a ritual, work with a therapist, counselor, spiritual advisor, whatever, and you'll clear through the block. And for a lot of you, you may become aware of the block and then take the steps necessary that helps you heal it and get rid of it. But this full moon will illuminate it. It's not a bad thing, it's a really good thing because you get to know it, what your block is, and then from there you get to be like, okay, now I can get rid of this because I know what it is. You have to identify it before you can get rid of it, right? Another thing is you're going to be noticing how you process information. So when information is presented to you, whether it's a conversation, whether somebody is like yelling at you, whether somebody's trying to communicate with you, however this information is presented to you, teacher, lecturer, parent, authority, whatever, right? How are you processing this information? How are you reacting? Do you get triggered? Do you get anxiety? Do you shut down? Do you isolate? Like, how are you reacting to the way that information is provided to you? So this is something that a lot of you are going to become aware of. Maybe you are consuming too much negative information. Maybe you react more comfortable to negative information, and maybe that's something you learned in childhood. Like, there's so many different scenarios that can come up, but full moons will illuminate this. Do you suppress a lot? Do you assume? Do you get defensive? So these are all things that you're going to understand more about yourself. The fourth thing we should know about this new moon is a very heavy energy organization. Okay, so a lot of you may be feeling the need to organize more during this full moon, which I definitely have. I actually bought organizers for my kitchen on Amazon, and I've never been the type to spend money, like, spend lots of money on just organization stuff, but I realized that when you aesthetically, physically look at clutter, it really takes a toll on your energy, your focus, your attention. And I noticed, at least for myself, when things are neat and organized and I can open a cupboard and see exactly where everything is and just pick it up, it makes my life so much easier, more calmer, because I am such a busy person that I cannot be you know what I'm saying? Like there are some things in your life that you just should not be taking the time out for. And for everyone, it is different. And I think this full moon will illuminate for you what needs to be organized in your room, in your house. For me, it was my kitchen, like big time. I also got a new pot set. I got like new bowls and stuff. And all my life, I've been taught to hoard your pots and pans and plates and bowls and cups and stuff. Like, I don't know. In my family, everybody just has a million cups, million plates, million freaking pots and pans. And it just sits there in the garage, in the pantry. Nobody uses it. It collects dust. When you pick it up, there's like dead bugs at the bottom of it. I don't understand. And all my life, that's all I saw. That's all I was around. So when I moved out on my own, I think I knew I didn't want to do that, but slowly I was doing that because that's how I was programmed to be. So in the past month, I redid my kitchen. I was like, I do not want to live like that. So organize, less is more. These are things I've learned. So pay attention to what the universe is trying to teach you. The universe was trying to teach me that when it comes to your kitchen and your food, you know, all of your utensils and stuff in there, it has to be different than the way you've been taught. Otherwise, you can be stressed out all the time every time you walk into your kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So pay attention to these things in your life. What is coming up? And instead of getting angry, frustrated, triggered, reacting really bad, take a moment, step back and be like, okay, what can I do that will favor me? That will make me feel better? Like the first thing we were talking about was the opposites, right? For me, I've always been taught to save your money and save all the pots and pans and all the bowls and dishes and cups and blah, 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 blah. Save it all, right? For years and years and years, use the same ones. And for me, I realized it's okay to spend a little bit of money to get like a new set rather than having like 50 different kind of sets with no matching lid and stuff. It's just mentally, it's so much better when you just have the matching sets. I don't know, like for me that was the opposite that I needed to learn. So pay attention to the opposite that you need to learn. The fifth thing we want to talk about with this full moon in Virgo is the chakra and the area of our body that is going to be affected the most. Solar plexus. This is the chakra that governs our confidence, our willpower, our happiness, how much we allow ourselves to laugh. It determines how shy or outgoing you are. Some herbs that you can use, crystals, herbs, oils, is calendula, marigold flowers, citrine crystals, orange foods. Anything that has to do with oranges and yellows would be really good around this full moon in Virgo. And I always recommend taking a bath. You can make marigold rinse or add marigold to your bath water. I think that would be so magical. So those are 5 things that you need to know about this upcoming full moon that we're having on the 27th. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon.